Have you ever considered hiring an SEO expert in Ireland or anywhere else in the world just to end up with this kind of strange feeling like doubt, uncertainty, where you kind of don't know what to look for and what questions to ask? After all, sometimes it feels like everyone and their goldfish are marketers, gurus, and experts these days, right? Anyone can shout from the rooftops, "I'm the best SEO expert in Ireland!" Or post on social media ridiculous claims like, "Give me 5 days and €200 and I'll rank you for the most competitive terms." But who's the real deal and who's just a clever gambler? Let's together try to figure it out. So here I'd like to give you a few tips, hints, ideas on what to pay attention to and what questions to ask your SEO specialist before you engage him or her. Some of these will probably be very controversial. Not going to apologize here. This is how I see things. Take it or leave it. Also, if you are a local business in Ireland or any other English-speaking country, I will show you how you can get your SEO expert to start generating your sales leads for free or with as little financial risk for you as possible. But before I continue, let me address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am biased SEO expert, and some of the stuff I talk about here will most probably be too controversial for some to swallow. And if you hate me for that, feel free to leave an angry comment below. So, if after this disclaimer you are still here, let's move on. First, proof. Obviously. Just like in any industry, successful case studies, client testimonials, current client rankings are a great thing to look at. But there you have to be a bit careful, since I know for a fact that some of the so-called SEO experts don't really do the work themselves, but simply outsource it to some third world country and just take the credit for it. Also, you'd be well served to check what competition they are competing against. I'm sure you understand it is a completely different ballgame to compete against Peter the plumber in town of 10,000 people versus international companies with billions of euros to spend and rank for US tax accountant internationally. Let me shamelessly plug it in here. Ask me and I'll be happy to show you how I and my team have destroyed billion-dollar Goliaths with SEO agencies way larger than us. And trust me, my clients were super skeptical and thought these are like impossible to outrun. But back to the evaluation of competition. I'll be first to admit, without a background in SEO, it is not that easy to estimate how competitive the keywords you are presented with actually are. But on a very fundamental level, short-tail keywords like accountant are typically harder to rank than long-term or regional keywords like accountant in Dublin or accountant in Ireland. There's way more to the difficulty ladder than just company formation versus company formation in Ireland or company formation in Dublin, but at the very least it gives you a little bit of a perspective on keyword difficulty. Got a question? Just ask and I'll try to get back to you. Next, the mindset of a ruthless, unstoppable pit bull that is not going to stop until the rankings are achieved. Boom! Ask my wife or my friends and they will all say that I'm a nice, friendly guy. But when I'm after rankings and you are in my way, I will destroy you without thinking twice. No friends here, only victory matters. Search engine optimization experts' mindset has to be very different from, let's say, social media marketers' mindset, because it's a zero-sums game. Nothing is vague and unclear here. You're either ranking at the top or someone else is. You're either champion or you are lost in cyberspace picking up scraps. I like to draw parallels with MMA. You know how after some UFC fights, fighters reveal their true heart with something like, "Hey, I like and respect this guy, but it's either his family or mine. So I do whatever it takes to protect my family and put the bread on their table. There's only one champion, right?" Yes, it may sound cruel or unpleasant, but SEO is a dog-eats-dog world. It's no place for timid Timmy who cries in the shower when a big bully takes away his rankings. Period. How can you find out if SEO expert in front of you got the balls for this? Well, I guess you'll just have to trust your gut feeling here or look for the signs of confidence. Next, patience and long-term thinking. I remember how in 2008 I could rank for tons of keywords within a day. Yeah, today you pay me money, tomorrow you're ranking number one. These days are gone and they are not coming back. The SEO game is becoming more and more difficult, more competitive, with more moving parts that your SEO specialist has to pay attention to. There's no denying that Google has got smart engineers that focus on making it harder for search engine optimization experts to game the system. Both you and your SEO expert have to have patience and ability to stay on the course and not rush things. The SEO world is full of fools who wanted to rank faster, got overzealous and used some super duper link building software, triggered Google's slap and disappeared from cyberspace to page 97. Look, when you work with tons of sites as I do, there will be times when one of them will rank within a month with a completely new domain, but it's an exception, not a rule. Typically, I tell my clients, if you don't have the patience to stick to the SEO plan and keep pushing for 3 to 6 months, probably better not even start. Next, do they rely too much on Google's guidelines and repeat, "I'm a white hat SEO expert," like in every second sentence? Probably going to attract heat for what I'm going to say next and piss off a bunch of SEO gurus. But this obsession with being super white hat and believing that Google will tell you what you need to do to rank is ridiculous. Let me paint a picture for you. Google is an overprotective daddy. Keyword rankings are Google's teenage daughters. SEO experts are shameless, sneaky teenagers who want to sleep with these daughters. Look, I got a daughter, and if one of her boyfriends will come to me and ask for the advice to get laid, he is probably going to regret it. And at the very least, I'm not going to pull out a neatly written guide to getting Woolie's daughter in bed. Would you? My point is, SEO experts' job is to get rankings, and no matter how you look at it, we are trying to manipulate Google to our advantage. Any SEO expert worth his or her paycheck will mention that backlinks are among strong ranking signals. How to obtain them? If you ask Google, just write a ridiculously good content and wait for other sites to naturally link back to your content. Good luck with that, I say. If you are trying to play a completely white hat game, you can't even really promote that content because it will be against Google's guidelines. After all, you can't ask anyone to link to your content, can you? My point is simple. The goal is to get rankings and not get slapped somewhere along the line by overprotective father Google. Sure, following Google's best practices is a great idea and all SEO experts should try to oblige, but trying to keep your hat too clean is like trying to win a professional bodybuilding contest without ever using steroids or performance enhancers. Come on, am I the only one who thinks naturals in professional bodybuilding competitions are like unicorns? We like them, but yet most of us have serious doubts about their existence. Next, does your SEO expert own SEO assets under his or her control? Just recently I was estimating the effort it will take me to outrank current winners in one of Ireland's local business niches. It took me 5 to 15 minutes to figure out where they buy their links from. And yes, link building is a totally black hat method. And yes, if I can easily find it out, so can Google. Now, previously I mentioned that I'm not obsessed with all that white hat jazz, but buying links from places that have buy links here signs plastered all over their website is a very high risk approach, and it is very likely that sooner or later they will get slapped by Google and lose their rankings. Besides, even if Google doesn't slap them, what stops me from building exactly the same link profile plus a few more and simply outranking them? Nothing. Do you see my point? What's the alternative, you may ask? Building and maintaining your own assets. I won't go into details here since there's a lot of ground to cover and I don't publicly teach it. Why? Well, it's my competitive advantage and I don't want to lose it to the competition. And it is expensive and time consuming, and you can't do that once you landed a client. It has to be done way before. However, if you are the right kind of person and you want to get a glimpse into my proprietary SEO assets, you'll have to sign an NDA, and I'll show you how and why I can rank without getting slapped by Google and without risking to be easily outrun by my competitors, okay? And one more thing, performance-based deals. How much risk is your SEO expert willing to take on his own? In every business transaction, someone is taking a greater risk. When you are hiring an SEO expert or SEO agency, you will most likely have to fork out significant money up front and hope that they deliver rankings and leads for you. Nothing wrong with that. And while most of the time it is a common and fair business practice, some of us are willing to take on more risks than others. Here's a ballsy proposal. If you are a local business in Ireland or anywhere else in English-speaking world, I'd like to look at your current situation, and it is very much possible that I can offer you a completely new website and rankings with very little or even no upfront investment on your site. And no, while I'd like to believe that I'm a generous person, this offer has nothing to do with that. What I'm talking about here is a performance-based deal. If you don't want to pay for hours or tasks, but you'd rather pay for actual sales leads, we've got something to talk about. I promise you, you're going to like it. I and my team will take care of everything. Yes, everything. And once the leads start pouring in, that's when we will charge you based on our performance. To summarize, work is free, leads are not. Why am I doing that? Glad you asked. First, while I'm not new to SEO, I am new to Ireland. I want to establish myself as an SEO expert in Dublin, an SEO expert in Ireland, and I'm willing to put risks on my shoulders in order to build up more case studies and testimonials in this amazing region. Second, I'm not too excited about the traditional way SEO specialists work with businesses. If you expect that your SEO specialist will explain everything they do, it becomes time-consuming for both sides. These things are complex. Someone has to pay for all the decisions, discussions, and back-and-forth communication. On the contrary, when I do SEO work on my own, and all the communication is dedicated internally to my team, and don't have to report every single task we've done, it is more cost-effective for me and allows me to move forward faster. So you may ask, sounds cool, is this option available for everyone? Absolutely not. The fact is we can only take on a few of these types of clients from time to time as our resources are limited. Building and ranking sites can be expensive and time consuming, and these kinds of deals come out of my own pocket. With that being said, please feel free to contact me and I'll have a look at your market, your competition, your customer value, and get to know you as a person. Only after that we can decide whether it is something that we both feel good about moving forward. What I can sincerely promise is that I won't engage in hardball sales tactics. We'll discuss, look at your market, opportunities to collaborate, and see where we go from there. If you have stayed with me up to this, you are a legend, and you've got my utmost respect. Thank you for taking time. Till next time.